Hey there. Okay, so I'm just about to kind of start episode 13. Realized kind of a couple things. One, I didn't make an obligation roll at the end of last session. Two, I realized taking the major trade routes would be a bad idea for someone trying to fly under the radar. So instead, I just calculated the how long it would take to kind of skip through all the kind of minor routes here, all the way to the forest moon of Endor. Works out to the same. 20. Well, actually, sorry, no, it didn't. It worked out to 28 days. So yeah, we kind of come through here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Sorry, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 28 days. Once we factor in the once we factor in the hyperdrive class 2. Jesus. Okay. Alright, let's deal with an obligation roll just to see if anything comes up. For my reminder, sorry, wrong spot. We come back to Jax here. Jax has got 30 points here in obligations at the moment. 0.8. 8. Awesome. Okay, that means the debt's going to come up. Okay, so the first thing happens is that Jack's going to lose 4 strain. Actually, let's just put this on the top here for the session. Due to the obligation weighing on his mind as well as whatever's about to happen. If we find an opportunity to insert the debt incurred to the crime lord known as Gruck, then we're going to kind of deal with that. He owes 50,000 credits to Gruck, and Gruck is not too happy about it, and it's been quite some time since Jack's even made contact about that. So yeah, okay, first time that the obligation roll is actually going to come into play this is episode 13, which I'm kind of dubbing Voyage to the Forest Moon. Now, the thing is, 28 days using even minor routes is still going to be a bit of an issue here in terms of we had done some calculations at 24 days. Jax's fuel costs were going to be 64 fuel cells. That's more than he keeps on board the ship, so he's actually going to need to stop somewhere. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6. I'm thinking Sullust. So, last time, we made the jump to hyperspace, we're going to need to make an astrogation roll. In this case, I'm going to flip to my little sheets here. Let's make sure nothing goes out of the... Make sure nothing kind of goes wonky here. I need my operational stuff here. Sorry, I need my cheat sheet is actually what I need. There we go. Nice. Star Wars cheat sheet. Cheat sheets, really, is what I should be saying. Well, maybe the astrogation stuff wasn't on the cheat sheets. Maybe I just need to... Nope, apparently not. Okay. We'll open up the Edge of the Empire book, and we'll get to astrogation this way. Okay, here. Astrogation. So, Jax is not overly skilled at astrogation. He has bumped up the skills a little bit. He does have one rank, so he's rolling a yellow die and a green die. He's not going to be traveling along the... He's going to be traveling along established routes, but not. I wouldn't call this a well-established route. Most people... the way I'm kind of thinking of it is that the major hyperspace routes, those are the established routes. If you're taking all the little side routes, as long as you're not going far, okay. But if you start kind of making a lot, because you're going to be making kind of lots of weird little jumps, I think. I'm thinking that, sorry, 246 is where the charts and such are. So I'm thinking that this is not considered a well-established, easy-to-travel route. So instead, what we're going to be dealing with here is I gotta check here. How did I do this before? Because in terms of the astrogation modifiers, the other thing I'll say maybe is that because it's not a well-established room, he should get 2 purple dice. I think this is pretty. I think that I'm going to make this kind of. I think I am fairly making this fairly standard for his astrogation roll when he's kind of trying to keep under the radar and scoot around, through minor hyperspace routes. So there'd be a bunch of weird little turns and such through hyperspace. So let's do our check here, because what we're going to do is, what did we say here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's tough to tell exactly where these lines are. I just want to make sure I'm doing this all right here. So I think we're going to kind of plot a route from Tatooine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6, 7. I think this links up here. Yeah, 7. Because I don't think that. No, that's not a route there. 7. Yeah, 7. 8. 9. That would be 18 days in hyperspace for us to come to Bespin. Using this here, so our consumables here. I think I did create a little. There we go. Oh, I did not include our fuel. Let me just find where our fuel cell thing went to here in our operational costs. It's one of these things that, yeah, again, Star Wars doesn't really take into account, but with a privateer kind of game, I think this is important. So 1 to jump to hyperspace per 9 hours in hyperspace is 1. So I just said 18 days. Quick calculations, 18 days, 48, so 49 fuel cells with our jump to hyperspace, and that'll land us at Bespin. Okay. All right. Cool. This will burn off almost all of his fuel reserves. He carries 50 fuel cells on the Driftwood, all of which are installed there in the hyperdrive. This could go bad, so very bad. Okay, let's roll. So one yellow, one yellow, one yellow, one green, two purple. Oh fuck. That's 4 failures with no successes. That's a big failure. That's a failure. Okay. To advantage. Okay, let's do this. Where's into advantage? Okay. So what? With that going on, what's going to happen here? So, astrogation rolls again. What are the consequences to failing an astrogation roll? I'm just checking a couple things here. Here's my cheat sheet again. Okay. Here's what I'm thinking might happen here, and this is what we're going to okay, oops. So a failed astrogation roll could potentially, so basically each failure can be spent similar to the way that a threat could be spent, which could be decreasing the accuracy or increasing the travel time of a hyperspace jump, or simply cause a character to miss relevant details when analyzing hyperspace routes or galactic maps. They can be spent in the same way, but to greater magnitude. That's where we come into failures here. Or it could trigger something truly awful happening, such as jumping out of hyperspace in the path of an asteroid. And I think that's kind of what's going to happen. The hyperspace jump. I'm not even going to roll against the chaos factor for this, because this is something I think that has to happen. Oops, sorry. I also realized our destiny pool is wrong. It should be 1 light, 0 dark. In hindsight, I should have used my light point. I should have used my light side destiny point to try to offset some of that when I rolled, because I would have loved to bump that little, green die up to another yellow or something. Because that just buggered this whole thing up. So, Bespin is home to the Tabana gas mines, right? So we're going to switch over to Wikipedia here. Let's just bring up Bespin. So I think I know how this has to go down. So Bespin is a gas giant. So kind of floating around Bespin, of course, is Cloud City, which is used to do Tabana gas mining. Yeah. They're mining they mine the gas out of the gas giant of the planet Bespin itself. And I'm thinking the massive miscalculation here is actually going to, when Jack's made a miscalculation as he kind of brings the driftwood out of hyperspace, and the tunnel of light, shooting by of hyperspace suddenly kind of starts to come back, shift into just, star trails and then into stars. What he's not expecting is to come out as the star trails shift into stars. They also shift into, a fog in front of him, and he realizes he's just come out of hyperspace, plunging right into the cloud giant of Bespin. I'll make a note of that. And then I need to pause because I hear dogs barking. Okay, we come back here, and as the driftwood comes out of hyperspace and plunges into the Bespin cloud giant, the ship just starts shaking as little bits of floating mass start hitting the ship. Sitting in the cockpit beside him is Kay, who just kind of lets out an "Ichiwawa" as they, the ship starts shaking, and somewhere in the back you hear things crashing around, and you hear somebody kind of stumbling towards the cockpit, going, "What in the hell?" As Kai comes, charging through, entering the cockpit, barely keeping a balance, looking out, going, "What have you done?" And we are going to end up over here now in Bespin. We also need to quickly remove... I'm going to do this now before I forget. We need to actually deal with the issue of... We're down to one fuel cell. And now we've got the driftwood. Possibly this is going to be a problem. Now, what do we deal with when we're dealing with space stuff? Do I have anything on my cheat sheet? Jax, was relaxed and suddenly is gripping the wheel, the yoke, and just trying to keep control of the driftwood. He's going to need to make some maneuvers. We better hope he's a better pilot than an astrogator here. Let's see here. We're going to shift to the book here to see if there's anything that's going to be helpful. Galaxy. Starships and vehicles. Here we go. Taking damage 242. This might be kind of close to what I'm going to be looking for. Okay. Collisions. Let's see what it says about collisions. So, run into terrain, a nearby vehicle. Case of a minor collision, this could be considered a minor collision. All vehicles or starships involved suffer a single critical hit. Subtract the ship's defense times 10 from the roll. Alright. So if it's going to take a critical hit, the ship we're going to need to do a roll here on the critical hit table. Thinking it's a good idea. Actually, you know what? Let's do it this way. I think he should have a chance to do this. We're going to make this a difficult piloting roll to see whether he's able to avoid some of the worst of the the floating refuse and bits of whatever kind of whipping through Bespin. So yeah, hard, average, hard, definitely hard. We're going to give him 3 purple dice then. Make a note of this here. What's his piloting? Please tell me Jax is a better pilot. Have I been keeping up on this? Okay, he's got 3 green dice. Alright, my green dice. There we go. Green dice. 3 green dice with 3 purple dice. We are going to spend the light point. Yes, we are. We're definitely spending that light point to bump up one of our green dice to a yellow die. I don't know if that's going to help. So, successes will avoid the critical hit. That's kind of what I'm thinking. And if he succeeds, he'll be able to kind of get out of the gas giant. That's what I'm thinking. If he doesn't succeed, we're going to talk critical hit, and then we come back to trying to gain control of the ship, I think. Rolling. Okay. 1 purple die is nothing. 1 purple die came out with a threat and a failure. 1 purple die came out with a threat. We have the green dice, both of which came out with advantage, so those will cancel each other out, at least in terms of the advantage. No! The yellow die came out with a success and an advantage. No! So we're going to end up with an advantage, but no success. That's a failure. The ship is going to take a critical hit. The ship is going to take a critical hit. And he's still going to be in the gas mask. So basically, I'm rolling against this to see like kind of how much damage the Driftwood's going to take from all this shit. Alright, cool. Alright, rolling. Critical hit. 40. Tailspin. Okay. The ship goes into a tailspin. He starts to kind of... It's an easy one here. One component of the... Sorry. All firing is going to be all screwed up. But... that is 1 critical hit now for the Driftwood. We're gonna need to. I think there's a place to put that on here. Is there a place to put that on here? Because I'm pretty sure it needs to be dealt with, like repaired or something before it can be used again, or before everything's back to normal. Oh. 18 days, yeah, okay. We actually need to subtract this too, so, 14. Now, I'm just going to assume consumables are 14, no, we've got like 6 other people on board. 18, 18 days here. I'm thinking at least they'd be, the Kamino crew would probably be bringing some of their stuff up. But I'm actually going to say we're going to need to completely refuel. They're basically like out of consumables. They're going to need to deal with that on the planet as well. Oh, critical hits. That's what I need. Add a critical hit. How do I deal with this? Okay, kill that. Done. Okay, add a starship critical hit. There's no roll offset. Critical number was 40. What the hell? I have no idea what in the world the critical hit thing is doing. We know we've taken a critical hit, and as Zai's going, yelling in Jax's ear, and Kay's kind of holding on, just to the edge of her seat, holding onto the arms of the seat tightly, she's not even, generally they don't even bother strapping in. These things are easy. She's just kind of rocking away, holding onto the chair. Yeah! And Zai behind him is yelling, "Get control of the thing!" We're gonna have to try another hard piloting roll to gain control and avoid another critical hit. Keep in mind, if he fails this and takes another critical hit, we'll be adding 10 to the critical hit result. If things get bad enough, the ship can be in big freaking trouble. Alright, here we go. Rolling this time, no yellow dice. We got no light side point to work with, because I actually should need to update that. Do have a dark side. I am not going to use a dark side. Things are bad enough. Make a roll. 3 green, 3 purple. Alright, this is going to be bad again. 2 failures, 3 threat, and 3 advantage. The advantage are all going to work on them. You know what? With the 2 advantage, I should have been able to update one to a blue die, or I should have been able to add a blue die. So let's do that. That's a success at least, but it's still going to be 1 failure, which means another critical hit. Jax is trying to get control, and he swerves to the left, and he hits something, something like a small meteor or something, meteorite. If it was a meteor, he'd probably just be boom. We're going to roll another critical hit. 61. Okay, 61. Sorry, plus 10 is a 71. Navicomputer failure, that's bad. Alright, so the navicomputer, or in the case of a ship without a navicomputer, its R2 unit, fails. And the ship cannot make the jump to hyperspace until the critical hit is repaired. If the ship or vehicle is without a hyperdrive, which is not the vehicle, or ship's navigation systems fail, leaving it flying or driving blind, unable to tell where it is or where it's going. So unfortunately, it does it. Well, it does have a. Try this again. Add another one. So I have no idea why these critical hits aren't working, but I'll worry about... Yeah, none of this really seems to be working. We know we got 2 critical hits, but I can't figure out why. What's going on here? That's not good. So it's again the little meteorite, smashes into the system, and it's Jax is trying to gain control. The whole Navic computer, kind of off to his right here, just goes blip blip pew and shuts down. Navic computer is screwed. It's pooched. We're gonna try this again with Zai in the back yelling again, and more yelling from somewhere in behind. We do another hard piloting roll. This is not going well. This could actually end up with the Driftwood being destroyed or completely taken out. 3 green, 3 purple. Okay, so this is going to be possible. I still think we're going to end up with no successes by the looks of it, because the 2 successes are canceled out by 2 failures, and we ended up with 1 advantage. That's another critical hit. This time there's already 2, so we're going to be adding 20 to our roll. It's 9. that's good. So 29. Knocked off course. Okay. Knocked off course. What happens with knocked off course? Particularly strong blaster impact sends the ship or vehicle careening off in a new direction. On his next turn, the pilot cannot execute any maneuvers and must make a piloting check just to regain control. No! Another hit. As Jax kind of again continues trying to kind of come around to the left, another asteroid kind of taps off the hull of the Driftwood and gives him such a shake. He loses his grip on the yoke. It kind of switches the other way, and he goes into a real spin into further into the Bespin cloud giant. He's going to need to regain control of this. Does it say 29 is an easy one to deal with, so I'm going to call it an easy roll to regain control. So 3 green and 1 purple. As it goes into a spin, he cranks the other way with 0 successes. 0 successes. I'm calling that another critical hit. Yeah. Okay, well, but he's got 3 advantage. 0 successes, 3 advantage. So I'll add the blue die in on the next one, but that's definitely going to be a 4th critical hit. Things are not going well for our smuggler. 25, so 55. Shields are failing. So reduce defense in all defense zones by 1 point until the critical hit is repaired. If it has no defense, suffer 2 points of system strain. So we know that it does have defense, though. It doesn't have great defense. Its 4 is going to be reduced to 0 until this is dealt with. But we're ongoing. He still needs to regain control. So we're going to call it another piloting, easy piloting check. Same deal. Okay, here we go. This time, 3 successes and 1 advantage. Oops, I didn't even roll the blue die. 2 advantage. Okay. Jax, grabs onto that yoke and it's stuck to the right, and they're spinning out of control, and finally he, throws himself to the left, cranks that yoke as hard as he can, and, brings himself back around, regaining control of the ship. However, he is not out of the woods yet. We're going to hold on to that blue die. It's going to... and he still needs to... hard piloting roll. He still needs to avoid the next critical hit. He's at least regained control, but he's still in danger. So we're going to give him the blue die because we did get an advantage. 3 green, 1 blue, 3 purple. I don't think it's going to work in my dice, so I think I'm going to roll it right in front of me. Okay, I think we actually got 6 successes! 3 threat, which will be counteracted by those 3 advantage. 1, 2, 3 successes. 2 advantage. Finally, Jax finally sees an opening. He sees a bright spot and realizes that he's looking kind of towards stars, or he's looking towards the bright speck of Cloud City, and the ship's kind of in orbit, kind of around it, and around Bespin, and he realizes where it is, and he pulls back on the yoke. Zai behind him kind of loses his balance a little bit, and he pulls right towards the edge and shoots the Driftwood right out of the Bespin cloud giant toward Cloud City. And behind him he hears, "Bloody hell, mate. You think you could have cut that any closer? Is there anything even holding this ship together?" Again, my accents are terrible. And that is where we're going to kind of come to the end of scene 23. Scene 24 I'll set up here. That was definitely not in control. That chaos factor is going up. Okay, where are we here? Scene 23 we just finished? Yeah. Sorry, Bespin and alright, we're going to bump that chaos factor up to 7. Wow, that was something else. And the ship's damaged all to hell. He can't even jump to hyperspace until he lands. They head towards Cloud City, and there's a couple of those double, orange-colored aircraft, kind of flying out towards him, and Jax is kind of getting the Cloud City guard to unidentified spacecraft, confirm status, and Jax is kind of like, "I'm all right, we're good. This is the Driftwood, Captain Jax Kellen on board. We're just looking for a little bit of a refuel, and we made some unfortunate mistakes in our astrogation. We can see that you are cleared for landing on Spaceport 12. Alright. Okay, there, sure. Oops, I think refueling should have 2 L's actually. Okay, let's test this scene just to make sure things are going to kind of go off as expected. Considering the chaos factor is going up, I'm thinking probably not. But we do need to deal with this. Chaos factor. Single D10. That's a 6. So no, it's not going to go off quite as expected. We test the scene with a 6. That means an interrupt scene. Okay, sure, why not? So the expectation was we're going to be refueling on Cloud City. I'm thinking that's not happening now. At least not immediately. Instead, we're going to kind of randomly generate what is about to happen here. Okay, interrupt scenes. Oh, what's our process? Preferred process for interrupt scenes. We generate a random event. Yeah, I guess that's what we're doing. Random event. Our random event is going to be 43. NPC negative. Okay. Which NPC are we going to be dealing with? Oh, need a D6 to begin with. 6. Good. We need another D6. 4. Endor Skyrider. All right. So we definitely have an interrupt scene that's going to have nothing to do with our with our main protagonist here. So NPC negative. That's not good. So let's do some rolling here. Meaning tables. $92. Transform. On the second table, 81. Transform representative. Transform representative. I can see where this is going. So, Endor usually works for Black Sun. Yeah. So, elsewhere in the galaxy here, I don't know where. Let's see whether we kind of have an idea. Is there a planet table? Kind of a planetary table? Let's find it. Not there, but I'm pretty sure if I flip over to where's Womp Rats? There we go. I'm pretty sure Womp Rats has a planetary table of some sort here. Let's roll to see maybe on the planet biome. artifacts, cantina names, temple rooms. Witness missing actions. Just gotta see what else is in here. Planet biome. Okay, fine. That'll at least dictate what kind of planet he's on. Let's just do that. So we need a D6. 1. 5. Desert planet. A desert biome. Endor is back on Tatooine. That actually, yeah. Never cross a hut, Skyrider. I think it's because so Endor is back on Tatooine, chasing a bounty. So Endor has found his way back to Tatooine, paying for public transport or hitching a ride, something like that, and hoping that all is forgotten here. However, transforming the representative, he, has tried to maintain good, at least reasonable relations with the Hutts for the most part, aside from working for Black Sun. He does know that there is a bounty on. He does know that there is a bounty on Jax's head, and he warned Jax about that. However, now that he's back on Tatooine, he's about to find out that the Hutts are even angrier with him than he thought. As as he is sitting in a canteen. He's probably not in Mos Eisley. Say he's in Anchorhead. He's sitting in an Anchorhead cantina when several heavies, are somewhat armored and definitely armed, with long arm kind of blaster rifles, enter the cantina and call out, "We're looking for Endor Skyrider!" And people start looking, and there's the odd person that's spoken with Endor kind of just points at, "There you are! Jabba sends his regards!" And he brings up his blaster. Wait, I have new props just for this. I've been collecting Nerf guns recently. Brings up his blaster rifle and, "You can come with us, or you can die right here." Yeah, and Endor, seeing as there are, there's 3 of them. Yeah, there's 3 of them. Seeing as Endor is under no... Sorry, I realized I kind of upset my little spot here for putting these down. There we go. Cool. Endor's in no position whatsoever to fight. Yeah, he's had a couple of drinks. And they take Endor at gunpoint, and at threat of death. Why are they taking Endor? Are they taking Endor? Okay, here we go. Now we haven't used the fate question at all today, have we? I've just been kind of dealing with all the shit that's been kind of thrown at me. I guess I'd throw it at myself, but we're at a chaos factor of 7. Thinking that's going up again. What do they want from Endor? Do they... Are they insistent that he brings in Jax Kellen? Maybe they are very insistent in this case. Are they insistent? Because they know he had a... They, you know what? Have they figured out Endor helped Jax kill Jabba's men? We'll call it likely. 97. No! Does not know Endor was involved. And, however, so that means there's got to be another reason that he wants Endor. Is he very insistent that, you know, Endor track down his what Jabba believes, you know, is a contact of Jax Kellan? We're gonna call that 50-50. 14. That's a yes. An extreme yes. Jabba is incredibly insistent. Let's try that again. Not even take the body. At this point, he's ready to threaten his life. Jabba has realized, you know. Jabba's thinking, you know, Jabba's a lot angrier than what he was, and he's getting more and more angry the longer that the Jax is out there. So he's incredibly insistent that Endor bring in Jax Kellan. That's where that scene's going to end. And actually, I think that's where this scene is going to end, or this session here. Alright, that's good, that's good. I like that. Okay. And that's where we're going to end here. The obligation roll never did anything, so it's just going to sit at the strain. That's all we're going to kind of deal with. So we are going to make an obligation roll. Basically, it kind of weighed on Jax's mind. 70. Okay. No obligation issues next time. We're going to take all of this. That was also not in any control, so we're going to bump that chaos factor up to 8. Episode 14. I think we're going to have to change the name of episode 13. Maybe the episode 14 is actually going to be Voyage to the Forest Moon. But I'm thinking maybe not. Scene 24 will probably deal with refueling. I'm hoping it's possible. Yeah, we've also got to change this. Yeah, so there we go. We've been going for just about an hour. That's all right. So we're going to kind of jump into our XP log. We're going to add another 4 here for episode 13. Bringing Jax up to 14 unspent experience points. His strain, it'll be back to normal. I'm pretty sure that's the way that works. However, the ship is... We're going to have to make some notes here that it has suffered 4 critical hits. All of those will need to be repaired. He'll need to be refueled and such before they can even move on. Next time. What about Professor Vexar? Pays and leaves. I'm thinking after that, after that chaotic landing at Bespin, I think things might go poorly with the professor, and he may want to be, rid of this ship. He's been on the ship for 18 days, so he does owe a little bit of a chunk of change. We should also probably ask the Oracle next time about that. But we'll make a note there so I remember next time to deal with Professor Vexar and to see whether he is still willing to travel on the Driftwood after this craziness. Alright, that is all for this time. We will return hopefully in the next few days. Alright, I'm out of here. Take it easy. May the Force be with you.